Greetings, fellow TikTok users and curious peoples abroad. So I'm about to break down a way in which China is using TikTok to manipulate and divide ultimately the American people. And so here you can see the Discover page of TikTok. So this is where you go when you want to check out hashtags. It's right next to your home page and your upload button. So it's pretty right in your face. So this is the first image we have. It's this green screen sky. Now this is the least divisive of them all, and that's interesting to me because it's the first picture, and it is not indicative of the broader theme of the gamut of sliding images. Next, you have a Maybelline. You have a Maybelline advertisement with some specific imagery. Then you have a Prince tribute. Then you have hashtag little bit fancy. Now take a closer look at this. We have the black guy's hands, the white girl's hand, and you can tell from the position of her hand, her body language is very open. Notice her body language. If they were standing where they'd have to be standing to shoot this, she's facing him with very open body language, which is a sign of attraction and affection. So you see there's that subtle bit right there. Examining closely. Now this travel memories, you got the girl on the rocks. This is similar to the first photo in that it doesn't have the same energy as all the other photos. Now on to the next one. You have hashtag my pride, gay pride. That's not a politically loaded issue or anything. And of course, you have the we continue to stand in solidarity with the black community, roughly a month after George Floyd's death. And TikTok wants you to know that they continue to stand in solidarity with the black community. And you can click on it, it has the option to read about updates on the actions we're taking. And I don't recommend you do that. It's a waste of time. It's just the same old BLM jargon. Really nothing of substance. And this next one is especially interesting to me. Treat your pet. Now, I want you to think about what the concept of a pet is. Really break down that dynamic and assess it. And I want you to weigh that next to all the other pictures. And I'm not done with this image, because there's a lot more going on than meets the eye initially. So, for starters, let's look at the ice cream cone. It's white and pink. Remind you of anything? And it's on a dark tan cone. It's a brown and black dog. And what is this above? Treat your pet. There's this neat little design that's popping up behind the treat your pet. There's this neat little design. Right? And they have all these colors, like it's a superhero flying in the air or something. And the colors, you have light blue, salmon, yellow, purple, and light blue, salmon, yellow, light purple, and you also have a different shade of blue. So you have roughly 5 colors. So you're presented a gamut of 5 different colors. Five colors so different that you can tell they're different just by looking at them. And that's what's behind the treat your pet image. Now we're on to plant tips, and this one is especially subtle. Now I want you to really take a close look at this. I want you to really take a close look at this. Now I'm going to remind you the Black Lives Matter hashtag for about 2 or 3 weeks after George Floyd was the number one hashtag. And it's not because it was the most popular hashtag. No, there were plenty of hashtags more popular than it, yet that's the one that they put before all of them for a period of more than numerous weeks. I think that's fairly telling, wouldn't you say? So let's go back to the plant tips, right? And it's seemingly ambiguous, and not saying much, but a closer look reveals that notice the partisanship amongst these plants. This top one, you have falling down to the left and falling down to the right. Same thing here. Same thing here. Just a little less perfectly symmetrical right next to it. Here on the top right, from your perspective. And that pattern is repeating itself. You got the two cacti. If you look right down the middle, they're playing with symmetry. They're giving you divided, they're feeding your subconscious divided geometry. And for what? And of course, you have the stand for racial justice. You have a black fist, and you have a light-skinned brown fist right next to that one. But that fist is smaller than the black fist, for whatever reason. Then you have, a blue and a white, kind of like these stars. It's kind of like the stars from the movies, like when you punch something, and you see the flashes and the stars. That's what that image, brings to my mind when I see it. And learn more. I actually haven't clicked the learn more for this one, so if you want to do some homework. Of course, hashtag Black Lives Matter, like I was telling you earlier, the number one hashtag despite not being the most popular. And here we have the COVID-19, and let's look at the front of this, right? You have a black female nurse holding a fist like it's like she just threw an uppercut. It's as if she just threw an uppercut. And she's wearing a mask. Behind her is a white man, seemingly of Scandinavian, descent, Northern European descent, it would seem. And you have the Muslim woman, and behind that, what's that? It seems to be a woman of Asian features, and I feel that this woman with Asian features in the back, that's a not so that is a not so subtle. I read that as a not so subtle FU from China. It's right in your face if you care to look for it. But are they expecting us to look for it? And then back to the first screen.